Hi, I'm Dan Walsh of the Philly Soccer Page, and I'm here with Nick Sakiewicz, CEO and operating partner of Philadelphia Union. We're here to talk about the State of the Union, not just on the field, but also off it. Nick, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Dan. Good to be here.
So, Nick, what is the State of the Union right now? The state of the business, the state of the franchise?
Well, it's a lot of fun times. We're going into our fourth season now. It's hard to believe it's season 4. It seems like just yesterday we opened this great building and launched the team. But things have been terrific. I mean, we've had such great growth over the last 3 years coming into our fourth season now. We're amongst the top in almost every category in the league, whether it's season ticket sales or average paid attendance or merchandise sales. We're in the top 3 pretty regularly. So in all business aspects, we're growing thanks to our great fans, thanks to this awesome stadium. And it's been a lot of fun building this thing over the last 3-4 years.
Now, you talked about PPL Park and the stadium, and I think most people would agree it's an absolutely beautiful stadium. Now, as recently as 2011, you indicated there would be some expansion going on at the stadium. I think it's a 3-phase plan, starting work as soon as next year. If I remember correctly, it's to 20 to 27 and then to 30,000. What is the status of that plan right now? What's the timetable?
Well, we're evaluating the first phase of that plan. Right now, many pieces of the stadium, parts of the inventory are sold out. One area is we desperately need more suite inventory. We'd like another restaurant in the building. We need to expand club seats. We've never had excess club seats to sell from year one, and those fans are holding on to those club seats. They're not giving them up, so we want to build more. So I think that first phase, restaurant, some suites, some additional seating, we're planning for that now, and we're eyeing a time frame as to when we're going to build that.
So you're not sure yet as far as the time frame, as far as when to start?
No, it's not yet. I mean, what we're trying to get our arms around is what the cost of that's going to be, what the pricing capacity can be, and how we fit it into the business plan. But we don't have a definitive time frame. To build out that phase 1, though, is going to be a pretty quick build, so we're not that concerned. It's not like adding another 8,000 seats to the building. That'll be a much longer construction process.
Where is phase 1 focused?
So phase 1 would be focused in building more suites in the north, east, and west corners adjacent to the current club, a restaurant above the roof deck behind the Sons of Ben section in the south end of the structure, and then we would convert probably 2 sections of seating into club seating and upgrade those seats.
Now, Philadelphia Union has an ownership group of several people, and most of your key investors, I think you accepted, are in the real estate business, which obviously has taken a hit over the last few years. Has that impacted the union at all over the last couple of years?
No, it hasn't. I mean, we have a great bunch of investors. We've got 9 of them now, and yeah, they're all in real estate and real estate development. Some of them are in hospitality and hotel business. And, you know, as the economy's been coming back, their businesses are great, are strong. So we've never had any kind of issues with regards to that. The team ownership is one of the most stable in the league, and you know, we're looking to add some pieces to it to help with our growth and take our stadium expansions beyond that. But other than that, the economy downturn, you know, when we built the stadium through the worst recession in U.S. history, hasn't affected us. I mean, we've had double-digit growth in our sponsorship base for the last 2 years running. Very few teams in sports can say that they've had double-digit growth, especially throughout this economy.
Now, last year there was a big deal made about the situation with Chester and payments in lieu of taxes that were due to the city of Chester. I believe it was about $1 million for 2 years' worth of payments. At the time, you had said that there were some discussions going on over the first year payments because there was some, I guess, in-kind work that was done by Philadelphia Union. What's the status of that now? Has that been resolved, or are there still talks going on about that?
We continue to have positive talks with the city of Chester. You know, we have resolved, and you know, contrary to what is written in the newspapers, we've paid our taxes. So it's unfortunate. You can't always believe what you read, I guess. But we have paid our taxes. But we continue to have good conversations with the city of Chester. You know, we work with them. We're one of their biggest assets in the city, and we hope to have a positive partnership with the city going forward.
So the $500,000 payment in lieu of taxes from 2010, and then the similar payment from 2012. Those have been paid off?
12 has been paid. 10 has not been paid. We're owed quite a bit of money still
Really?
from 10. 10 is being negotiated.
So you're owed money because of work that you did in excess.
Mm-hmm.
Now, last year, you rolled out the relationship with the radio station. You've got games going now on the air, and that seemed to be a pretty big step for the union. You've got it relatively early in the life of the franchise. What's the situation with possibly getting Spanish language radio for the games here?
Well, once the marketplace establishes itself as a robust Spanish marketplace, I think that'll be a natural segue. I mean, right now there's no radio stations out there of any note that we can develop a partnership with. So we're exploring that. You know, as the area's Hispanic population grows, we're right there with them. You know, we have Hispanic and Latino initiatives embedded in our marketing plans and our business plans, and we continue to grow them. And at such time where the demand is there for us to be on radio, I'm sure Dave Rowan and his staff will do as great a job with that acquisition as they did with the English radio on WIP. That's been a terrific experience just coming out of year one. And the show, the 90th minute show that we launched this past week, is a great addition to our media mix, and I think the fans really appreciate it.
Now, last year, after Peter Novak was fired, it seemed that the team really made a conscious effort to reach out to fans, opening up practices. You had a very successful training camp in Orlando that was open to a lot of fans. Well, I shouldn't say what it seemed conscious. Was that a conscious effort, and why so? If it was,
it wasn't a conscious effort. We've always, this team was built on being open with its fans from day one, and you know we had a team, and I just want to be really clear. This club will be here forever. There'll be many coaches that come and go. There'll be many CEOs that come and go. One thing will not change, and that is the culture of this club. And this club was built with the fans in mind. The fans helped name the team. They put a snake in our logo. They picked the colors. This team is the fans' team, and that will never change. Did we have a coach that kind of sequestered the team and took them away from the fans? Yes, and that's why I fired him. So it's something that is very important to the brand of the Philadelphia Union to engage its fans and keep them there. So it wasn't a conscious strategy to get back to that. It was a conscious strategy to continue to maintain that.
Now, talking about the coach that you fired, Peter Novak, obviously he sued the team last year. The judge dismissed the case, sent it to arbitration. Has that been resolved yet?
No, it continues to sit in arbitration, and frankly, I get periodic updates on that, but it's not something that I think about every day. But it's stuck in arbitration, and we'll deal with it when it comes, and I'm really not at liberty to talk about it too much because it is a private matter.
Well, one question I do want to ask, and when that case was hitting the media, obviously everyone was writing about it. One of the things that came up was the prospect that Peter Novak or possibly Diego Gutierrez may have profited off of any transfers, loans, etc. Did that happen? Can you tell me that?
I have no proof of that. I don't comment on rumor or hearsay or what's written as maybe, what coulda, shoulda, whatever. I don't know. It's not something that we've ever pursued in terms of an investigation, and I think it's just rumor at this point.
Now, changing gears, one of the things that a lot of people have been talking about lately has been the Freddy Adu situation. Obviously, he's not with the team. He is still drawing pay. Or actually, the question is he still drawing pay from the team?
Yes, he's under contract for another 2 years, for this year and next year.
Now, he said he was asked to take a 75% pay cut. Is that true?
Not to my knowledge.
What was he asked to take as a pay cut?
He wasn't asked to take any pay cut.
Really?
Really.
What happened between Freddie and the team?
When I made the coaching change, John Hackworth wanted to build the team in a different way and actually get back to a style of play that we had founded this club on, and Freddie wasn't in the plans. So we've been working on trying to get him a better situation. The transfer window obviously came and went, and unfortunately Freddie had a number of offers that were presented to him that he declined because he didn't want to go to those countries. But we'll continue to work on that, and it's nothing personal. It's just he just doesn't fit our plans.
Now, the team that you are putting out there, many say you have some of the best young talent in the league. Are you looking at adding some new players in the next couple of months, or even possibly over in the summer transfer window?
Well, we're always looking to add players. I think any team that says they're not is not growing and not developing. Every team in the world looks for opportunities. We love our team. We're again, despite adding some veteran players, we're again the youngest team in the league, and we're very excited about our core group of originals, our young originals like Amobi Okugu and Jack McInerney and Shanen Williams and Zach McMath. Ray Gaddis, the Farfan brothers. I think those guys are core to this team and very important. Adding the veteran players, I think, helps round things out this year, get some veteran leadership in the clubhouse. That's important. But if a good opportunity comes along, we're always scouting. I know Rob Vertugen, our technical director, is always out there looking at opportunities. And if we could find a player that makes us better, that helps us win, that helps us deliver more entertainment value and more winning value to the fans, then we'll look to try to make that happen.
Now, one of the things that the Philadelphia Eagles became known for during their best years was locking young players up to long-term contracts early in their careers. Is that something that you would like to do for Philadelphia Union, or does the nature of just having so many competitive international leagues really preclude that in some cases?
Well, it's always yes. I mean, every club that has talented young players tries to lock them up for long term. That's just good business practice to do that. And with certain of our young players, we've done that, and we're very pleased about that. With others, they want to maybe test their market value and get a little bit closer to the end of their contract. And there's not necessarily anything you can do about that. But when we have players that we really want to keep here for long term, we make an aggressive effort to try to keep them.
And you recently made a pretty big hire regarding that academy. Can you tell me a bit about that and how that played out, how it came down?
Yeah, Tommy Wilson is the best. His resume is impeccable. He is a UEFA coach, came from Rangers, and will join us shortly to head up our youth academy development. He has just an amazing resume of soccer development and talent. He's been a reserve coach at the youth national levels. He's been a national team coach at the national levels. He's been a Rangers reserve team coach. He's got so much background and so much to offer in terms of not just bringing a certain style of soccer, but a very broad, because he's coached on multiple continents and in different parts of the world, and understands the globality of the game now and what it takes to build a modern soccer club. So we're very excited about Tommy, and it took us a while to get him, and I'm just delighted he's joining us. He's really going to make a difference for our youth academy.
Well, Nick, really want to thank you for taking the time out. This was a great interview. We appreciate it.
Great. Thanks, Stan. Thanks.
Thank you.